Hey guys, and welcome to Quality Show. As you can see, I've actually got a new mic courtesy of my wife, so you can thank her if the sound is amazing and sounding very crisp and a lot less like my raspy voice. No, I'm just joking. But on the reels, birthday present, all good. And I've actually got apparently some other kit that my brother and sister also really nice lighting. But anyway, enough of that. Some nice birthday presents, which is cool, and they obviously knew what kind of things I needed. So, yeah, really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to using them. Right, let's get into this because we've got so much to get into. There is so much to get into, isn't there? Day one, day two, day three. As a lot of you know, I was actually at Wimbledon at day two. I was on court number one. Yes, I saw Kyrgios Umber. Yes, I saw Zverev. Yes, I saw Medvedev. And yes, I saw Angelique Kerber. So, some really top draw names on show and also some really good matches as well. Where's the pictures for Zans? Where's the videos? Don't worry, I will be releasing a video on that. But of course, this is my review and roundup for day one to day three. We've got so much to go through. Andy Murray, so tiring to watch as a British fan. And obviously coming through in 2 5-setters. Novak Djokovic, I mean, just being his usual machine-like self. Roger Federer showing his years, I think is probably fair to say, and people slipping and sliding everywhere, having to pull out. Serena, obviously, which is one of the biggest ones, and yeah, a couple of shock upsets. Tsitsipas. Right, okay. Let's go into this then. I'm not going to touch upon every single match because there's so many to go through. I'm going to touch upon the ones that are the most, in my eyes, the more eye-catching ones. You'll be able to see on the screen anyway who's won and who's lost. So, right, let's go through. So, obviously, as you can see in the first round, day one, obviously, you've got Fognini getting through in straight. Schwartzman against Benoit Paire, no surprise there. Lloyd Harris carried on his fantastic form. Gael Monfils, I mean, what a absolute warrior coming through in 5 sets against O'Connell. That was a really tough match. A lot of people actually backing O'Connell to come through that. He had a very good qualifying stages even. So, yeah, good win for him. Liam Brody coming through in straight sets, good win for him. But Pitzel as well, nice to see him get a win. Andy Murray obviously coming through in 4 sets and against Basilashvili. He was actually 5-love up in that third set and completely blitzed it, didn't he? Well, completely blitzed it, the complete opposite. He almost choked, and that would have been a huge choke. So, sorry, I need to correct myself. He came through a 4 set and a 5 set because I said 2 5 sets at the start because this game was so long. Well, a lot longer than it needed to be. It seemed like almost 5 sets. Travaglia losing, that was a little bit of an upset. Apelka losing, that's an upset. Number 2070 to Kepfer. Kepfer is a decent player. Otter obviously coming through in his first round. He came through a 13-12, obviously playing Andy Murray today, which we'll talk about in a second. Kachanov against McDonald came through in 4 sets. Rublev lost the first set, but then just went into machine mode 6-4, 6-1, 6-2. Fucsovics beating Sinner. That is a big win for Fucsovics. A disappointing loss for Sinner, if I'm being honest with you. Sinner is such an exciting young Italian player. He does have an underpowered serve, which doesn't serve him well on the grass, to be fair. But to be fair, if you're a good spot server, you can get away with it. But he's so big off the ground, doesn't really have much of a net game. So I guess his game is not really super suited to the grass. And also, I don't know how well he moves on it. But he's someone who I think if he applies himself, could do well on it. But let's see in years to come. Kevin Anderson coming through, which is nice to see him, obviously, former Wimbledon finalist. Batista Agut came through in 4 sets, losing the second set 6-3 to Millman, but then eventually coming through. And Davidovich Fokina, this is quite a big upset. Winning the first 2 sets, and then this is a choke, really, in a way. Although he had an opportunity in the tiebreaker, he must be so disappointed in that because tiebreaker, you're thinking, yep, just going to get it done. It's a bit of a lottery, lose it, and then you go on to lose 6-2, 6-3. Crazy. And this was the big upset, wasn't it, in day one? Tiafoe coming through against Tsitsipas, 6-4, 6-4, 6-3. Absolute carnage. I mean, Tiafoe played really well, though. Novak Djokovic, I mean, dropped a set against Jack Draper, or as Steve from the slides likes to call him, Jack Draper. I don't know why I say it because I'm British, but anyway. And yeah, I mean, look, to be honest with you, Jack Draper looked pretty good in that first set. No, Djokovic didn't look himself. Then just really I mean, he went from like level 2 to level 4 out of 10 and still managed to cruise it. So Jack Draper does look like a talent. Still a long way to go, obviously, to compete with the big boys, but he'll take a lot of confidence from taking that first set for sure. For sure. Right, should we go through? I'm going to go through the men's first. So I'm going to go through all the men's and I'll go through all the women's. So on the Tuesday, obviously, the day I was there, Nick Kyrgios and Ugo Humbert, they actually were supposed to be on court 12, but because of the rain, obviously, Monday and Tuesday, flipping it. And that's why we saw so many slips as well, because it was raining, the roof was on, it's humid, it's new grass as well, slipping and sliding, and people also haven't been playing on the grass a lot beforehand because of Roland Garros getting moved back a week. So, for example, Tsitsipas hadn't played a single match on grass before this. Yes, I know also, his, which is really sad, his grand passed away. He was almost like a mother-like figure. So that could be a big reason. But genuinely, I think it was disheartening to see him lose, to be honest with you. But look, he's just made his first ever Grand Slam final to bow in the first round. I wasn't surprised because I thought maybe he might have a bit of a hangover. And also the fact that he had no match practice wouldn't have helped. But you need time as well to mourn a little bit, and obviously that was a big loss for him. So look, understandable. So obviously some of these matches that were started on Tuesday were completed today. So Nick Kyrgios, Ugo Humbert, I was there. What a match! Seriously, I said it would be my pick of the first round. It did not disappoint. Watching it live, Nick Kyrgios, unbelievable player. Seriously, sometimes you just, even watching him live, you just rip your hair up. But he interacts with the crowd. People in the crowd were saying, Nick, come on, it's coming home. Talking about England winning the Euros, and he was like, "You wish," shouting back to the crowd, and having a laugh and a joke with them. And someone was saying, "Come on," everyone's saying, come on, Nick," and he turned around and said, "Or what?" He said, "I'll try." It's just a character, obviously. He at times he's frustrating. Like there was a lob that it was a really slow lob, went over him. He had so much time, could have got there, done a twirl, then hit a forehand. Right, he just went for the in between tweener, and you're just like in between the legs, tweener, and I'm just like, come on, man, like. It's just, and the thing is, if he pulls it off, fine, but it hit the net, and you're just like, underarm serve as well in the first. I think it was actually the first game he was serving, and then he stopped after that. He is someone who feeds off the crowd for sure, so I think playing on court 1 definitely helped him. The crowd, including myself, did G him up. I actually really like Ugo Humbert, but I just really love Nick Kyrgios. I think I said that after Rafa Nadal, he's my second favorite player to watch. So I was cheering him big time, and look, he has a huge serve. The talent that he possesses is unbelievable. Seriously, like outside of the top 3, those big 3, and maybe even on par, like in terms of talent-wise, this guy is in the 1% on tour. Genuinely, it's just does he have the fitness to go as far? Let's see. But yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Seriously, absolutely incredible talent. It's just a shame he's only ever made a quarters of a Grand Slam, and it's probably because of his stamina and unfortunately his conditioning. But let's see. I mean, he's been out for so long; it would be a miracle for him to get past probably the round of 16. I think Zverev is waiting there potentially. So let's see. So look, as I said, I will put up obviously some videos and pictures as well on the channel. But the guy was great to watch. Ugo Humbert played his part. I mean, what a fine young player! 23 years of age. Bullet forehand, really, decent, solid, serving at the 120 plus mark, consistently on the first serve as well. Spot server, the backhand could improve slightly, a few unforced errors on that side, but on the whole, it was good, and I thought he was good at the net as well. Nick Kyrgios, obviously, very good touch. We know what his game's about. Shovel, kind of backhand. One of my subscribers actually described really well in the stream today for Murray versus Otter, said that he's got a shovel backhand that he hits with side spin, and that's pretty much what it was watching it live. And it's weird because not many players hit it like that. It's technically probably incorrect, but on the grass he gets a lot of purchase off it, and he's quite accurate with it and hits it with a lot of depth and low of the net. So it's quite tricky, and it's almost a little bit like the Medvedev backhand, but he hits it differently, but it's the same outcome, if that makes sense. Skiddy and kind of difficult to get back. So yeah, really just impressive from both players. I mean, they played their part, and I was not disappointed. got there thinking, oh, I'm so lucky I'm going to see Zverev, Medvedev, Kerber. But I thought, oh man, I really wanted to see that. And I obviously wasn't going to leave the Medvedev match to go and watch Kyrgios because, I was sitting in a nice, comfortable seat and it was potentially raining. But the fact that they managed to put him on, unbelievable. Obviously, the curfew at 11, so I think they were at 3 games all. But then Nick Kyrgios started today, and then Umber as well. And anyone could have won. I think Umber actually had some break points, but Kyrgios managed to save them and then ended up breaking him back and then ended up winning in the end. So that was really impressive. Cameron Norrie came through in 4 sets, which again was really impressive. He had actually lost the first set 7-6. Then the second, third, and fourth set, he ended up winning that 7-5, 6-2, 7-5, which was really impressive and cool as well. I mean, look, the guy showing a lot of steely nerves and a lot of really impressive, resolute performance in his game as well. But to be fair, like, someone called him the Spanish Rafa, and I genuinely think he probably is that. He probably is almost like the Spanish Rafa. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just great. Genuinely, like, just great from Cameron Norrie. Great from a British perspective, and I was really happy to see him win, genuinely. Marin Cilic obviously coming through against Caruso 7-6, 7-6, 6-1. So impressive to see him get through. Let's have a look. Garin coming through in 5. That was a marathon, really. Her catch against Musetti. Musetti obviously very talented, taking Djokovic to 5 sets at Roland Garros, but her catch is just so good on the grass, and you would expect him to come through in straight sets. He's good on the grass. He's good on the grass. He definitely is. 6-4, 7-6, 6-1. So really impressive stuff from the Polish player, number 14 seed. Then we go on to a match I did see, Medvedev versus Struff. That was a really good match, genuinely. Obviously, the second set, Medvedev did just run away with it, but all 3 sets, apart from that second one, were so hotly contested, genuinely. Struff has a huge serve. He likes to come to the net, serve and volley as well. Big forehand. Backhand's good as well. He's just got a good all-round game, and genuinely, I can't believe he's not seeded, because I was not surprised that he beat Rublev at Roland Garros after seeing him in the flesh and seeing him live. He's got big serve as well, 130 plus miles per hour at times. So the guy is a talent, genuinely. And Medvedev, had his work cut out for him, but obviously that he's not the number 2 player in the world for no reason. So he was super impressive at parts. And I didn't really see the backhand down the line as much as I would have expected, but I think overall he knew he wasn't going to be the aggressor for most of the points, and he just soaked it up as he does, and played really well, I thought. Overall, served well as well. Obviously dropped a set, but the tiebreaker could have gone either way. We were cheering for Struck because we wanted to see 5 sets, but look, really, really good. Genuinely, it was a great watch, and I really enjoyed watching that match, and it was just great to see some proper cross court tennis, to be honest with you. It really was. Roger Federer obviously on centre court. We were keeping a close eye on that, or I was, whilst the game was going on. I mean, he didn't play very well, did he? I mean, 6-4, and I think he was not playing particularly well at all. Forehand wasn't firing, serve was okay, just wasn't moving particularly great. I think he cited being worried about slipping, which is why he was a bit more tentative in his movement, which wouldn't have helped his game. Then Manarino obviously winning the second and third set. I think he was 4-2 up Federer in the fourth when Manarino got injured after slipping. And then eventually, obviously, won that set 6-2 when Manarino couldn't carry on. So that was really disappointing because Manarino played really well and probably better than Federer for parts and large parts of that match as well. Federer obviously making it pretty clear he was a bit fortunate as well to get through, or get through unscathed anyway. Manarino, obviously, he'll come again, but that was a tough first round draw, so he'll be happy to see the back of him. Tennis Sangren got through, which is cool. Gasquet as well. He's also very exciting on the grass, made a couple of semi-finals here. Obviously, a bit older, but interesting to see how he does. And obviously, the other match that I saw was Zverev versus Grigspor. Grigspor, probably a little bit overall by the occasion. First ever main draw. Zverev as well, number 4 seed. A lot of the people and subscribers were saying that he is someone who, I guess, is a little bit prone to being a bit passive in rallies and not being aggressive enough or proactive enough. Or as I like to say, and some of my subscribers apparently like to say as well, is having that calculated aggression about you, being proactive in the rallies and not just waiting for your opponent to make a mistake. And you know what? If you're someone who is a bit underpowered, then I can get on board with it. But Alexander Zverev is not. He's got a huge serve, yes, but he's also got very big ground strokes. He times the ball well for the most part. He's good at the net as well. And it's not really, there's no real excuse for him to be, not hitting through the ball. So it was nice to see him for the most part, right, go hitting through the ball. It might also be because it's not a particularly, I guess, let's say, live opponent in Grixspor, although he did have his moments. But I think it's good signs. Good signs if you're a Zverev fan. I was impressed with him after watching him, and I just thought he just got through it and was pretty professional in the performance. Dan Evans, this is a big win, by the way, against Feliciano Lopez, who is an experienced, wily player, knows his way around a grass court, winning 7-6, 6-2, 7-5. Feliciano Lopez making the final at Queens a year as well. Gilles Simon came out lost against Lajovic. I said that'd be tight, and it was. Lajovic actually coming through in 5. Herbert coming through, losing to Anderhart. Look at all these 5-setters, man. Crazy. I actually watched a little bit of that, a couple of points, because obviously I was there in the outside courts before the court 1 matches started. And then we've got a few really huge matches, obviously, here. Denis Shapovalov coming through in 5 sets. Had to combat the rain and start again today. So that was, yesterday even, and came through, which was really impressive. And Sebastian Korda came through in 4 sets against Alex de Minaur, the number 15 seed. So that's a big upset. Although Sebastian Korda is very talented, and again, that was one of the ones that I was looking at, saying that's going to be a really good matchup on top of the Denis Shapovalov Kohlschreiber one, because Denis Shapovalov and Kohlschreiber, they are very the opposites almost. Denis Shapovalov is a very inexperienced, talented youngster, and Kohlschreiber is the experienced stalwart who knows his game inside out, right? So there was a really interesting matchup, and I enjoyed the highlights for sure. Anyway, right, let's go on to today then. So obviously Bautista Agut is suspended, so a little bit of a shame there at court 15. You'll probably be thinking, why am I on all the bad courts? Well, all the outside courts when I made a Wimbledon semi. Sorry, Bautista. Sorry, RBA. But he is 2 sets of 1 up, losing the tiebreak in the 3rd set, but 3-2 up, and looks like he potentially is a breakup as well. Rublev beating Lloyd Harris. Unfortunate, because Lloyd Harris, he's had a pretty good year. So I don't think he'll be too disappointed. Of course, he'll be a little bit. But yeah, interesting. Right, Andy Murray beating Ota. Thank you, everyone who joined the live stream for that. That was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I think it was like the hour and a half, around 45 minutes I did of it. Obviously covered, I think, the first 3 sets, and then Murray went on to, I was tearing my hair out, really. And at least Murray came through in the 4th and 5th set. I mean, 9 sets and I think 7 hours and something in 2 matches. How much more can he do of this? How much can his hip take? And his body remains to be seen. I was really hoping he could get through in straight sets, but he's just his lack of match sharpness, I guess, as well, and match fitness in a way, and just match practice really, is going to play a factor, and it has. Sebastian Korda then got through, obviously, his second round match, 7-5, 6-4, 6-4. Diego Schwartzman, really impressive stuff from him, beating Liam Brody, who is a good grass court player. Unfortunate to see him go, but Diego Schwartzman is, he's a top 10 player, so no shame in losing to him. And interesting to see what Diego Schwartzman can do on the grass. Obviously, winning in 4 there. Good win for Typho, beating Pospitzel in straight sets in a tight little affair there, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Kupfer came through against Kwon, so carried on his good form, coming through 6-3, 8-7. Sorry, reading the tiebreak. 6-3, 6-7, 7-6, 5-6. Let's start that again. 6-3, 6-7, 7-6, 5-6, 7, 6-3. Sorry, you can read it anyway. Ignore me. Fognini he's such a funny character. Look at this, losing a set. He's got bageled in this set, and then he's gone to win in four. What is going? It's crazy. He's obviously had a set where he just switched off or hasn't cared, and I wouldn't be surprised. So he's probably like gone to break down. And he's like, oh, I can't be bothered. 6-3, 6-4, 0-6, 6-4. He's probably like swung at everything, I'd imagine. Shapovalov walkover against Andahar. I mean, you'd expect him to get through, but would he be? Oh, he probably will be happy about that because he had a 5-setter, so that will be a very welcome rest actually for him. Kachanov coming through in straight sets against Gerasimov, 6-1, 7-6, 6-3. Fucsovic getting a walkover. Bublik against Kukushkin, winning that. That's cool. 6-4, 6-2, 6-1. So you can see there's a mixture of first round and second rounds, right? Which is, there's definitely a pile up and congestion on the court, so it's going to be interesting to see how they get through it, but there's definitely a backlog. Dan Evans got through his second round match really impressive against Lajovic, genuinely 6-3, 6-3, 6-4, and showing what he's made of. I'm happy about that. Seppi losing to Kudla. Okay, Orgal Siam came through straight sets, really impressive, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Good to see him winning. And then we've also got Fritz against Nakashima. Okay, 7-5, 3-6, 6-4, 7-5. Sanego coming through. Djokovic, I mean, mate, this was professional to say the least. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Gil Gross, who I just saw his live stream on Wimbledon, he said, and I think he's actually right, Djokovic hit only one forehand unforced error the whole match. But not just that, he hit only 4 ground stroke errors in the whole match. 4. Are you actually kidding me? In 3 sets, 4 unforced errors, off ground strokes anyway. He probably made a few at the net or smashes because, I mean, smashes especially is probably the biggest weakness of his game, which isn't saying much. What are you going to do? Just keep on lobbing the ball up to him? But anyway, yeah, just crazy. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, and Kevin Anderson looked good. I mean, he looked good, and he'll just be thinking, I ran into Djokovic on an unbelievable day. Dimitrov, this is a good win for him against Verdasco, who, again, wily veteran, beating him 3-6, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Karina Busta, that is an upset. That really is. Losing to Sam Querrey 7-6, 6-4, 7-5. Songa, oh my man, losing in 5 to Ima. I'm not surprised though. 7-5, 6-7, 5-7, 6-4, 6-3. Alcaraz from the Rafa Nadal Academy, coming through in. Whoa, he was a set up. So that second set tiebreak obviously didn't help. And then, so 6-3, 6-7, 6-2, 3-6, 6-3. He'll be a bit annoyed about that. He would have hoped to have got through a bit, with a bit less trouble. Karatsev, number 20 seed. Come on, Karatsev. Come on, Aslan. Obviously, still not getting to grips on the grass, which is a shame because he's got a good all-round game, genuinely. Losing 7-6, 7-6, 6-3, 2 tie breaks, to be fair to him. So, okay, I'll forgive you. Nishioka beating Isner. Big win. In 5. Big John Isner, who played really well at the French Open, where his game isn't really suited, to be honest, did pretty well. And coming out in the first round at Wimbledon, he did have a bad slip. I think it was in the second set. But he actually ended up winning that second set, so that's a shame. I like seeing him at Wimbledon. Anyway, Berretini, he looks so good. His forehand is an absolute rocket, isn't it? Against Pella, who's pretty dangerous as well. Got to the latter stages of Wimbledon in previous years. So Berrettini beating him 6-4, 3-6, 6-4, 6-love. Nishikori beating Poprin. Poprin's, I said that'd be a good match, and it obviously was very tight. 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Berdine coming through, really cool to see him winning. 6-4, 6-4, 6-love. And then Casper Ruud. Oh no, Casper Ruud. Tie breaks are like, but some people must absolutely hate them. He could have wrapped up this match in 3 sets here if he just won those 2 tie breaks. And the first one he lost 8-6. He's lost 7-6, 7-6, 2-6, 2-6, 6-2. Oh my gosh. What a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. So to summarize the men's, basically Djokovic is still the heavy favourite. Genuinely. We're just waiting to see how Andy Murray's body holds up and how long he can carry on this fairy tale run at Wimbledon, where he just keeps on defying the odds. We're also seeing who is actually going to put up a fight and actually be a contender here. I mean, Medvedev looks pretty good. Zverev looks pretty good. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of anyone else. Rublev might do pretty well. I'm hoping he does because he's a good player and he's got the game for it. But would he cause Djokovic problems? I'm not sure. Tsitsipas obviously going out as a big shock. Kyrgios, how long can he last as well? Like Murray, even though his is not less of an injury thing, it's more of a just fitness and conditioning. So, I mean, how much longer can he last? I don't know, but look, it's going to be really interesting. It genuinely is. I may as well go through tomorrow's matches because any interesting ones. That'll be tight. Badin Nishioka, Sangrin, Zverev should get through that. Berretini should get through that one as well against Van der Zandschlup. Nishikori Thompson could be tight. Monfils should win that. Nori should win that as well. Dimitrov should win. Cilic should win. Her catch against Giron, not easy, but should win. Medvedev versus Alcaraz, but the problem with Alcaraz has got, I would normally say, oh, maybe he may give Medvedev some issues, but he's just come through a 5-setter. I can't see it. Orgal against Ima. Orgal all day. Kyrgios against Maga. Kyrgios. I can see him blitzing him if he's up for it. He's on court 3. He should be okay. Federer, Gasquet. You know what? People are like, oh, it's going to be okay to play each other loads of times. Gasquet is not. Gasquet's a damn good player, you know. Don't write him off. Write him off at your peril. That's what I'm going to say. Right, the women's. Let's go through this. I know I've taken a lot of time, so I don't want to be too long. Let's go through the ones that stick out the most, obviously. Heather Watson. Come on, man. She's won the first at 6-2, then can't get through the tiebreak, then loses 8-6. Not impressed. Genuinely, I'm not. I've just got to a point where she's talented, but she plays the big points really tight, and I just gotta go for it, man. Come on. Do you remember when she played Serena and had those match points? And since then, I just feel like she hasn't won that match, and she didn't win that match, and now she just hasn't progressed. It's almost like she needed that to progress in the way that we would have hoped. Anyway, Swiatek got through, which is cool. Is straight. Kenin as well. Nice to see the big guns get through. Sloane Stephens beating Petra Kvitova 6-3, 6-4 is a big win. Number 10 seed Kvitova. Stephens obviously has been a Grand Slam champion winning the US Open, but she hasn't been in the best of form in the past year or so. So, look, really good win. Obviously, a seed going out there. Kudermetova against Golubic, which is an upset. Muguruza got through, which is nice to see. 6-love, 6-1. Madison Keys, 6-3, 6-4. Katie Bolter got through in 3 sets, which is good to see. And Sabalenka as well, which was good. On Tuesday, we saw Serena retiring after slipping and turning her ankle. Really disappointing, genuinely. And not disappointing because I'm saying, like, oh, why is she retired? Like, if you're injured, you're injured. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. It's just disappointing because I genuinely think this would have been her. I think it would have. If she's going to win a Grand Slam, I feel like Wimbledon's her best bet. And obviously, this could have been a really good chance. And next year, she'll be a year older. I can't see her winning like the US Open. I wouldn't be super surprised, but I just think the girls around nowadays and the surface is just not as suited to a game anymore, like the grass is. But I don't know. Let's see. But really disappointing. Also, you want to see the best and the biggest stars on show. So, but yeah, hopefully she recovers well and we see us back and fit for the US Open. I'm sure she will be. Pegula beating Caroline Garcia. Krejcikova carrying on her good form. I said she was a bit of a dark horse. Let's see what she can do. Kerber, I'll watch that. against Stojanovic. That was a nice, fun little match to watch. Actually, I enjoyed it. 6-4, 6-3. She looks good. Obviously, winning the German Open last week as well, so she's in a bit of form. Coco Gauff 7-5, 6-4. Good to see her winning. Petkovic against Paolini winning. Kostyuk against Bertin. That's a big win, big upset. Kostyuk, though, is a very talented youngster, so good to see her winning. Barty had to drop a set, unfortunately, and get through, but got through in the end. 6-1, 6-7, 6-1. Risk got knocked out. Another seed. Interesting. At least Mertens obviously got through. Sakari just blitzed Roos 6-1, 6-1. Good to see. Venus Williams. Oh, amazing to see her get through. Seriously, at 40 years of age in 3. Pliskova winning in straights and Jabot winning in straights as well. So all good on that front. And then today, Sakari actually lost the first at 7-5, but played suspended on court 5 due to the rain. What? Seriously, it was crazy. Look at all these Americans. Wow. Anyway, Sloane Stevens beating Anne 7-5, 6-3. She's on a roll. Madison Keys as well, 6-1, 6-4. The Americans march on. But guess who doesn't march on? Sophia Kenin. Losing to another. Look at all these all-American clashes as well. And the third one here, she's lost to Brengel, 6-2, 6-4. Unseeded, but great. What? Sophia Kenin is a weird one sometimes. On grass or clay, she's a bit unpredictable. I think she just loves the hard courts. But grass and clay, maybe it's the movement. It's an interesting one. Pliskova losing 6-2, winning 6-2, 6-2, so pretty easy for her. And Venus Williams, that's a shame. Really close first set, 7-5, then losing at 6-love. I really like Venus, genuinely. It'd be great to see her get to the second week of a slam and just make this fairy tale run. It's great that she still enjoys it and still plays. Why not? She can compete, that's for sure. Muguruza came through 6-1, 6-4. She's blitzing people. Pegula got knocked out. Bit of an upset. That is an upset. Losing 6-4, 3-6, 6-3 to Samsonova. Swiatek beating the experiences of Nareva 6-1, 6-3. Ostapenko coming through, which is cool. 6-1, 6-2 in her first round. And Raducanu, the Brit, coming through 7-6, 6-love. What a win. Her first ever main draw Wimbledon win. Congrats to her. Great to see her winning, and genuinely, let's see what she can do. Let's see what she's made of, eh? Why not? Rybakina winning her second round match in straights, Azarenka winning her first round in straights, and Elise Mertens winning her second in straights as well. And then obviously I had the match which I was watching before the Murray match, Sabalenka versus Katie Bolter. Katie Bolter winning the first set 6-4, looked really good. She looked good, to be fair, in the second and third set, in spurts, in big patches. She just couldn't quite keep it consistent, but she seems to be a talented player and has a good future ahead of her, I would assume anyway. Kasatkina 6-love 3-6-6-3. Good to see her winning. Let's have a look. Svitolina got through in 3 sets. Interesting. These guys need to be winning in straight, don't they? Don't get tired. And that was this is really disappointing. Andreescu, since winning and getting injured and then coming back after being Grand Slam champion as a teenager, and she's struggling, and it's sad to see, At least Cornet's not a bad player, but she should be winning. Number 5 seed as well. At the slam, she's just struggling. Let's see what she can do. But Badosa Gibbo obviously made the semis, if I'm not mistaken, of the French. I'm pretty sure it could be the quarters. No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was the semis. I watched it. 6-2, 5-7, 6-2. And Mattteo coming through. Right, okay, that's all of those. Let's look at the day's play for tomorrow. So we want to see. Krejcikova against Petkovic. That's good. Come on, Krejcikova. Got an all... Yeah, let's have a look. Badosa Gabur should win that. Barty should win that. Svitolina should win that. Kerber should win that. Kasatkina versus Ostapenko. That's a really good little match. Enjoy that. That's a good match as well. Tomljanovic versus Cornet. Gauff versus Vesnina. Let's see if Gauff can carry on. And then Raducanu versus Vondrousova. See what she's made of. Azarenka versus Thirsty. It's a good matchup as well. So some good matches on tomorrow. Okay. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Apologies for going a bit longer than is the norm, but I had 3 days to go through, so that's what happens. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button. We now have gone past 1K subscribers, so all I want to say to you is thank you very much for your support. Please do continue to support the channel, liking the videos, commenting, sharing them. Of course, if you haven't subscribed and you're listening, please do subscribe. Please also remember to get your friends to subscribe, and also please also make sure that if you're on the lives and you feel like it and you're feeling in a generous mood, hit a super chat. Why not? Because apparently I have that now. I have that capability of being able to receive them, and obviously all money will go towards the channel. Well, I can guarantee you that none of it's going to go towards anything else. It's going to go towards making the channel better, investing in it, and giving you guys the best quality content I possibly can. And I'm doing my best. I'm improving, I hope, and hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe, stay well, and I cannot wait for tomorrow's play. Genuinely, I really can't. To see you then.